All right, everybody, welcome to back to the channel, and we're going to be in the Diamond DA62 today. We're doing a flight from Petaluma, which is Oscar 69, all the way down to Watsonville, and we're going to take the coastal route. So we're going to leave from Petaluma, head over to Point Reyes VOR, down to the Sausalito VOR along the coast, and then our final destination will be again Watsonville, which is oh, is it WVI, I believe. So we'll do a little tour of the Bay Area once we get down there, just to show the TrueEarth over the Bay Area. It's pretty spectacular, so it's kind of some neat sights. So we'll do that too. Also, we'll do some instruction in this plane. If you haven't used the Diamond before, I'm going to be going over how to fly it, speeds, pre-flight, takeoff, landing, all that good stuff. So let's get to it. This is the plane as you come to it. All right, so right now it's chocked. Doors are all open. Everything's set to go. I've already got the flight plan in there, so let's jump in and get to it. All right, first thing you want to do is come over to the left side of your screen. That's going to bring up the control panel for this plane. It's a pretty nice panel. You can actually click on the fuel, lower, raise your fuel, add passengers, or luggage. You can make it full, half, none, and you can see it's changing on the fly the weight and balance right here. So we're just going to leave it half like I had it. You can add as many passengers as you want, but you have to be careful about your weight and balance, because right there I'm over. So you'd have to leave some fuel out or leave some baggage out to make that happen. But we're going to go with a co-pilot. Already had that set up. We're good on the oxygen, and everything else is set right. So to close all the doors, you can manually do it, but they give you this handy little list right here, so you can come right here and just remove everything. We'll go back out to the plane. I'll show you that. So removing the chocks. Go ahead and closing up the baggage doors. There goes the doors. And we're set to go. So we'll take this off. Go ahead and get in the aircraft. All right, so we'll get the checklist out. Starting procedures will be battery on. Check to make sure that the landing gear is in the up position. The flaps are in the up position. Your trim is set. I just kind of work my flow right down this. Your throttle is back. There is no prop or mixture in the DA62. It's all computer controlled, and all you have is the throttle to deal with. So it's a really easy plane actually to fly, even though it's a twin and high performance. Your fuel levers will go on. So right now this is the on position. You put both of those up, just like that. This comes up, you can actually put your headset on, and that will quiet it down. I'm going to actually leave the headset off, just going to have the volume set where I want it, and it's a nice volume for the background. And if I put the headset on, it will decrease that volume. So, all right, pre-flight, as far as checking that everything's in order where it should be, batteries on, and now we're going to go ahead and go through our pre-flight engine start. So de-ice, you come up here, you can check your de-ice, just push it, you'll see the indicators come up over here. All right. And passengers were good, safety harnesses are on, all doors are closed. G1000 is up and running, MFD will come on in a second here, fuel quantity is checked. And fuel temperature is also good. We'll skip some of these. All right, let's go for our start. So in this plane, it's really easy to start the plane. Basically, you go master on. Right here, you're watching for the glow plug to come live. So we're watching for that. There we go. Once that's off, because they're diesel engines, go ahead and just start it. Starts up that easy, and in real life, this plane starts up that easy. All right, we'll go to the other one, do the same thing. Master's coming on. Watching for the glow plug. Glow plug is off. Go ahead and start. And we got a good start. We're also watching, like in any plane, we're watching for the oil pressure to come up, oil temp is on the rise, and then making sure everything else is indicated in the green. Okay, our alternator is on. Avionics coming live. And our strobe is on. We'll throw some nav lights on because we're doing a dusk flight here. And we'll go ahead and put our taxi light on. Landing and beacon is there. Alright. If you can also use external power, I didn't do that, so you would disconnect that if you're doing external power. So, alright, after engine check. Oil pressure is good. RPMs are set 700 plus or 710 plus or minus 30. Fuel selectors, we are good on those. We've already set those. Got heat. We're -1, so we can bring that on. And we got the avionics already on. We don't have any weather radar that we're using. And I've already got the flight plan in, as you can see here. So we're set to go there. And we'll go ahead and taxi out. Alright, brakes coming off. Test the brakes. Brakes are good. And we're clear right. We'll come all the way around. Clear left. Clear right. So we're going to taxi out to the end here. This is runway 29er in Petaluma, California. I actually used to fly out of this airport. This is where I actually learned to fly for real. My instructor that used to instruct out there has passed away several years ago. Natural causes. He was a great guy, great instructor though. If any of you have ever flown out of Petaluma for real, his name was Decaj. Alright, we'll taxi down to the end here, and then we'll do our pre-takeoff. So I like this airport a lot. The ortho on it is really good, mainly because there's so many close houses and trees and golf courses and stuff like that. You actually get to take advantage of the ortho because the airport's not like out in the middle of anywhere or anything, which is kind of nice. Alright, we'll pull over here, do our pre-flight. Come all the way around. Brakes on. Set our autopilot. We're only going to go up to about 4,000 feet today. So flight director can come on. Test that my autopilot works, comes off, and it does. Alright, flight director. We will go into nav mode. Altitude, again, we'll do 4,000 like I was saying. Alright, there's 4,000. And we'll use vertical speed. This plane cooks, but it will go 1,000 feet per minute. And we should be set there, and then yaw dampener can come on once we're ready for takeoff. Alright, altimeter is 30.23. That one's set. You'll set the other one down here. This is your backup. That one is also set. I already got the frequencies set up. ADIS isn't coming alive for some reason right now, so we're just going to use our CTAF, and we're on that one. Alright, back to our checklist. If I was flying IFR, which we're not, we're doing all VFR today, I would have been checking the compass and stuff on the way down the taxiway. Alright, parking brake is set, safety harnesses are good. Seat backs are good, pilot and passenger doors are good, baggage doors are good. Annunciators are all good, circuit breakers are checked. Fuel selectors are both. Rudder trim is good. Alright, pitch is good. Flight control is checked. Alright, we'll do our engine check. On this one it's really easy, it's all computer controlled. You're just using the ECU here. And I'm going to push for the left engine. It's going to go through its A and then B. That's A. It's going to do it again. And one more time on the right engine. Alright, we're good there. Taxi light can come off, landing light is on. Fuel pumps will come on for takeoff. And one more check around the cockpit. And we're good. Oh, notch of flaps. Almost forgot. For takeoff. Alright, our speeds today will be rotation 76, and we'll go for VY of 83, and then bring her up to 115 or so on climb out. So. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm actually going to give us a little bit more daylight so when we go over the bay, see a little bit more. We'll go 1830. Alright, there we go. Taxi out. Approach is clear. Runway is clear. Alright, we're going to bring 216 after takeoff. Alright, sterile cockpit. Throttle's coming up. We're looking for 98 or so. Airspeed's alive. Instruments in the green. We'll rotate about 78. Positive rate. And gear coming up. Shoot for about 83 to 85. And flaps can come up. Now she's going to really take off. That ortho is just awesome too. Ooh. That's what happens when you try to control the plane from the outside. Alright. Follow our flight director here. Yeah, look at that ortho just over Petaluma. We'll hand fly this for a little bit. Alright, after takeoff, gears up, flaps are up, fuel pumps can come off. Climb power is set for right now. And our landing light, we can take that off. Another flyby here, hold your ears. I like hand flying this one. This one hand fly is really, really nice. So. I found a good checklist online. I'll throw it in the Discord so you guys can grab that. Alright, climbing out of 2,000, we're going for 4,000. Bring the throttles back just a little bit here for fuel efficiency. All about 85. Close enough. Once we get out over the near the ocean here, the views are pretty spectacular on this ortho. So if you don't have this plane, I highly recommend you get this plane. It is a lot of fun. She cooks, she's fast. If you guys have any questions, once I get up here and we're in cruise, then I can start answering any questions about the plane or any instructional stuff that you have or any questions you have on flying it. Or if you have this plane and been flying it, let me know how you like it. Got some views set in here too. Once I go to autopilot, I'll set it. Alright. About 9 miles to Point Reyes. Everything's still in the green, so we're looking good. Start leveling out around 4,000, somewhere in there. She'll really start picking up speed now. She just wants to keep flying, so autopilot does help on this plane. She hand flies good, but sometimes it's a little hard to trim her out. Alright, let's go on autopilot here. Make Make sure everything looks good. Go for 4100 since we're already there. GPS updated. Oh, yaw damper. And AMD. There we go. She's on autopilot. Surprised the transponder doesn't change to altitude. That should be automatic. It didn't right there. So we got 11 knot tailwind, quarter tailwind there. It's probably pushing us along too. Let's see where we're at. Alright, and we've got about a 38-minute flight. We're going to burn about 14.2 gallons for this flight. This plane is super efficient. It's diesel engines. Do another flyby. Hold your ears. Oh yeah. We've got a nice sunset coming in over here. See if we can go in the back seat. There we go. It's just an awesome view with the ortho. Check out the other side. Yeah, I think I like this view better. Alright, making that turn down the coast. When we get down to the Bay Area, we'll go a little bit off our flight plan and kind of tour the Bay Area a little bit. So I kind of did a dusk flight in this, just because the views, and we're going to be going over the bay here. Yeah, it's just awesome looking right there. It's all Drake's Bay out there. We're going to be going past Stinson Beach coming up on the right. And then we'll get to Sausalito. And like I said, we'll do a quick tour of the bay and then head back on our flight plan down to Watsonville. Cruising at 4,000 feet right now. 4,100 feet, give or take. Looks like maybe a little fog out there. I'll have to look and see what the weather is for Watsonville. Pretty sure it was clear. Using real weather, so. Alright, hold your ears. Just gonna go outside view for a second. Yeah, this plane, once you have her just trimmed out, especially once you throw it over on autopilot, you can easily hand fly it too. It's just a little tricky, like I said, on the pitch. You can set your joystick settings, but I like to have mine more realistic, but she just wants to keep on climbing, so. So up ahead on that peak up there is Mount Tam. So we'll be to Sausalito here in 17 miles, so we're gonna get there pretty quick. If you guys haven't seen TrueEarth US Northern for the Bay Area, it's done super nice. On YouTube I threw up a clip just in the same plane. Actually left from Petaluma, but just went straight and just did a tour of the Bay Area. Flew over the Golden Gate, downtown, flew to Palo Alto. It wasn't really instructional or anything, but just to fly around and have some fun in this plane. And the views are awesome there. Got all downtown San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge is there, Bay Bridge is there, Dunbarton Bridge, all of Oakland, all of downtown Oakland, San Bruno, all the way to Palo Alto, all those areas are there, San Jose. We're going to go past Santa Cruz when we go down the coastal and Half Moon Bay in those areas. So. Let's see here. We're going to use our heading bug once we get to the city over here. Yeah, it's realistic graphics too. It's exactly what it looks like. Flown over the bay many times. Alright, coming up on Sausalito. What we'll do is we'll head out right over the Golden Gate Bridge, and then we'll cut back. In fact, let's take it off nav, go to heading mode. And then what we'll do is I'll guide her around so we can come up over the Golden Gate Bridge and then back. We're a little off our flight plan here, but it's worth it. Come back around and come over the center of the Golden Gate Bridge. So if you're curious, let's see here. Right now I'm getting 41 frames per second, but that's also with streaming, with recording, with the Diamond, which this plane eats up a lot of frames per second anyways, and running Vulkan. So that's a lot going on. So that's actually, and coming over ortho for downtown, so that's actually really good in this plane. If you don't have Vulkan, if you didn't get the beta, I think it's stable enough to grab it. I would grab it and start using it. I've been having good results with it. Some of the non-newer planes, like this one, I'm seeing upwards of 80 frames per second. On my YouTube channel, which is the Pistons, Twins, and Turbines, search that on there. I did one in the RG, 177, or Cessna 177 RG, the Cardinal, and yeah, I was seeing nothing less than 60s, maybe like 58 or 56 flying through the Bay Area. Alright, there's Golden Gate. Let's go a little bit to the right here so you can see a little better. Yeah, go outside for a second, hold yours. Alright, we'll head more east, fly by downtown. Usually if you're doing a bay tour like this, you'd be at about 1500. If you want to see it in a little bit closer detail, go grab that that video that I did. It's only about 5 minutes long. It's in this plane and it's over the bay. I do an actual bay tour. Just shortened it way down, and I'm only at about 1500 feet, so you can really see the details. Yeah, so you can just see all this ortho detail, which is awesome. The lights. There's Oakland out here. And then down on this area, that's San Francisco International. And then down here is Palo Alto, and then you have Moffett Field. Look at that detail. It's awesome. Come back around. Fly right down the middle of the bay here. And then we'll turn around, go back out, and get back on course. So realistically, if you were doing this bay tour, they wouldn't let you fly at this altitude. And I've done it before in my real plane. They make you stay about 1500 feet or lower. That just keeps you clear of all the jumbo jets coming into Oakland and San Francisco International. There's a VFR flyway on the west side of San Francisco International that you can cut down over San Mateo, San Bruno, that area, and get down to Palo Alto. If you look on the sectional chart, you'll see it for VFR. Mount Hamilton out here, and then all of Oakland, all that area down here. But yeah, again, this, if you're just tuning in, this is all TrueEarth US Northern. Detail on it is just awesome. A little turbulence. A little bumpy. There's Oakland for you. 2.8 left and right. Well, 2.8 from the other side at least. And then here's your runway 30. I usually come in that way. And runway 12 on this side. This is where all the jumbos land. And then usually general aviation and then smaller aircraft. Cessna Caravans, those kind of things. Yeah, look how realistic that looks. Makes X-Plane like night and day difference. San Francisco International coming up. I think also, I don't know what you guys think, but I think X-Plane has greatly been enhancing their clouds. I don't feel like I have to really use any secondary cloud programs anymore. Pretty much okay with what they got. They've gotten a lot better than what they used to look like. It's a good scene right there. If I wanted to fly about this time. Yeah, we probably definitely wouldn't get clearance for this right here. So we're almost in line with Half Moon Bay, so I'm going to cut back over to the west here. We'll head towards Half Moon Bay. That was actually on our original flight plan. Come around, we should get a good view of San Francisco International right here. You in the back seat here. We'll do a flyby over San Francisco International. All right, hold yours. So San Francisco International right there. We're heading to Half Moon Bay. And we'll go a little bit to the left here. A little more south. Just watch it on ForeFlight. I use ForeFlight a little bit more than I do the Garmin or the 1000. It's a little easier, especially when I'm just messing around doing some VFR flying like this, doing some instructional stuff in the plane. Alright, should be pretty good right there. And once we get back on course, I can go nav mode again. So this is heading to Half Moon Bay, and then we'll be heading to Watsonville. A little turbulence. So looking down that way, that's all Palo Alto, San Mateo, San Mateo, San Bruno, Burlingame, that whole area. It's the 101 down there, the freeway. And right along the 101, you pass San Francisco International, San Carlos Airport's right there. That's a fun one to go into if you haven't flown into that one. And then Palo Alto, Moffett Field you can fly into on here. Actually, Google does a lot of their flights out of there. I think they actually bought or have some kind of contract with that airport down there. So, and I'm gonna get the weather for Watsonville because we're gonna be there pretty quick. See what we're looking like. Hopefully it's not fogged in. I might have to change the weather here if it is. It's because I was trying to keep this VFR today to give some instruction and not trying to make it an IFR flight today. We'll do that another day. That's VFR. Flare below 12,000. Yeah, just might be a few clouds there. I wonder what Half Moon Bay looks like. Broken 1400. We're not landing there. I was just curious because it's showing like almost IFR conditions right here, but in real life it's not. I got it on real weather also. Maybe it just hasn't cleared out the weather here yet. So if you look on here, we're almost to Half Moon Bay. And then we're returning. So I'm going to do that right now actually. Actually go back to nav since we're done with our bay tour right there. She should come back around to the left and then straighten out. Yeah, if anybody has any questions about this plane or anything you've been wanting to know, just let me know. Oh, she's gonna keep coming around. There we go. Okay, that's good. She kind of overshot my course, but oh, you know what? Let's go back to heading. I know why. On ForeFlight, I was going to keep us going down the coastal path just for the views and stuff. Actually, let's take that hole right there. We're at 4,000 feet, so we have plenty of clearance right now. So Watsonville, when I've flown in there several times. I was actually just in there a month or two ago in my real plane. And this fog does roll in, and it's pretty high fog, but it's usually not like this, so that's not what it's indicating right now on real weather. As long as we stay VFR here, I'm not going to change the weather. See what happens when we get past this layer right here. Maybe it's all just coastal. We're not too far from our destination, so we are. Well, it's not going to be totally accurate now, but. About 30 minutes. So we're out over the water right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut back south, and then we're going to fly right past Santa Cruz and then towards Watsonville. Coming around. About a good line right there. Got a, what, 16 knot tailwind? That's not too bad. 162 knots, indicated ground speed 185. If you're just tuning in and you'll know it's the Diamond DA62. The DA40 is fun too. The DA20 C1, I've flown that in real life. That thing is fast for a single engine, just small 2-seat aircraft. You can get up to 130 knots in it easy. Just almost like a glider, it just wants to go. And it just wants to climb too. All these Diamonds just love to climb. Alright, I might clear out some weather here so it's a little bit more interesting. Hold on a second. Oops. Go manual. Pick up that cloud lever. Go. Oops. Alright, got rid of that. And we don't care about the Cirrus, they're nice and high. What's our visibility? Let's see what our visibility is. Yeah, let's bump that up so we get some good ortho. We'll go to 20. Alright, here we go. Let's go a little bit more day too. Just because we're going to be going right past Santa Cruz and all those areas, and it'll look pretty cool. Otherwise, we're not going to see anything with those conditions. Santa Cruz is about about 18 miles out. Start looking at my destination information. See, it is clear in Watsonville. For real, too. And again, because we did that bay tour, that's why you see me using heading mode instead of just leaving it on nav. I could reprogram it, but I'm not going to do that. I was trying to fly down the coast. If I reset it, it's just going to take me direct over the mountains, and I want to stay more coastal on this flight. So I could show you guys the ortho and stuff. And I'll do about right there. Go to the back seat, see what the view's like. Let's see. Leave it on that view for a second. Alright, check out some info here. Alright, winds are calm, 10 statute miles, but we just pumped that up, so we're going to do a lot better than that. Altimeter will stay the same since we're using mock weather now. 122.8 is the CTAF. And winds are calm. I believe that's how it was when we left, so we should be the same for here, even though we're using custom weather. 32.275. ATIS. Let's see if it comes in. $32. 275. There we go.
Watsonville Muni weather. Wind 310 at 12, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 13,500 scattered, temperature 11, dew point -16. Altimeter 3028. Watsonville Muni weather. Wind 310 at 12, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 13,500 scattered, temperature 11, dew point -16. Altimeter 3028.
Then we'll go over to CTAF here in just a second.
Watsonville Muni weather. Wind 310 at 12, visibility more than 10.
Oh, 310
Sky
at 12.
conditions 13,500 scattered, temperature 11, dew point -16.
Alright, we're on CTAF. Common traffic advisory. And 310 at 12. We'll have our work cut out for us. We're gonna go 27 then. Right off the coast, which we're lined up good for that then. Pattern altitude 1163. Runways for 27. Let's see. Plenty of runway, almost 4,000 feet. So we're good there. Usually when I fly down to Watsonville for real, I'm coming in on, I come over the hills there because I live up in the foothills up in El Dorado. So I come off usually runway 2 or circle around the 20, but typically it'll be runway 2. You're straight in for that. So we'll circle for 27. And traffic pattern. Left traffic. All right. All right, we're going to be right out here. Where Watsonville's going to be, so right after we get over these hills right here, we'll start coming down. Get ready to work. Set checklist. Altimeters are set. Comm radios are set. Harnesses, seatbelts. Everybody get their seatbelts on. Prepare for landing. Trays in the upright position. Backrests are set. Parking brake is released. Hopefully that's not on. Rudder trim. And we're good there. Landing light, we can go on. Let everybody know we're coming. And we will go fuel selectors both, and fuel pumps will come on here in just a minute. We'll start our descent. The flaps gear. Like I said, there is no mixture to full width on this plane, and there's no props to full width on this plane. Alright. Let's hand flyer. Autopilot coming off. We'll start bringing those throttles back. Watsoville right there. And we'll go sterile cockpit here in a minute. There you go. A rudder trim, that was kind of weird. On the display, it actually looked fine, but it was all out of whack. Alright, pattern altitude is 1100. Going for runway 20. Winds are at 12 knots. 3-1. Yeah, look at this ortho down here. We're over Santa Cruz right now. Do a quick flyby, hold your ears. Yeah, ortho's awesome. Alright, we're getting close enough. We're going to start going through our landing checklist. Fuel pumps are on. Fuel is on both. Brakes are off. Trim is set. Got the runway correct. CTAF is correct. We could announce our 10 miles out. Diamond 1579er Kilo is 10 miles out from the northwest. We'll be landing runway 20 left traffic, Watsoville. And the power a little lower back. Get her slowed down. She just likes to keep going. Come a little bit to the right so we can come more midfield. So if you're just joining in or you've been listening but not chatting or anything, I'm going to be still trying to figure out my exact stream days, but I'm going to be doing a lot of instructional videos. I am a real pilot in real life, working towards my instruments and CFI. Been flying for many years, but ultimately now I like to kind of just start flight instructing people, but I'm going to flight instruct on the sim here since I can't flight instruct in real life yet without my credentials. And I just have fun doing it. I fly so much in the simulator. I did 700 hours in the simulator this last year that I just figured I might as well start streaming some of my flights and stuff and having fun doing it and passing on some of my knowledge, and especially a lot of the new people. I mean, there's a lot of people that know exactly what they're doing. They've been doing this a long time like me. But hey, if you got any tips for me, let me know. I can pass on whatever I know. And if you're brand new, I'm more than happy to help you out and answer any questions you have, that type of thing. So I'll throw my Discord up here in a minute and you can contact me on there. And also through this channel, chat. I'm thinking it's going to be like Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays or something like that. A few days a week I'll be coming on here. Alright, let's get her cranked way back here. We're coming in hot. Probably should have slowed down a little bit ahead of time. Fuel pumps are on. Flaps will be coming down. I'm going to go out and around because I'm going to need to slow this down. Watsoville traffic. Diamond 1579er Kilo is going to be entering midfield, making left traffic for 20 Watsoville. Trim her out, get her slowed down. We're at 1,000 feet right now. There's our runway out there. That's a pretty good position. Drop in a notch of flaps to get her slowed down. We're at a good speed. I think it's 136 or 138 we have to be under on that. Watsoville traffic, Diamond 15700 kilo, making extended downwind. We're past the end of runway 2. We'll be making left traffic for runway 20, Watsonville. Forward flight, if you don't have it, is awesome. I like to use forward flight a lot. It's what I use in real life too, but it really helps with situational awareness and lining you up with the runways and that type of thing. Like especially you can see coming in here, this is all ortho, and this is how crowded this airport looks when you fly in here for real. So sometimes it's hard to pick out the airport. If you have forward flight though, it makes your life a lot easier. You can see the airport out here. It's all this open area. If you imagine if you're flying in here for the first time, whether it's sim or for real, it's a lot harder to see. Alright, gas is good. Undercarriage will be coming down in just a second here. We got one set of flaps in. We don't have a mixture on this plane. It's all computer controlled, and we don't have to mess with props. Probably one of the easiest twins you can fly, other than you got to get it slowed down, that type of thing. Watsonville traffic, 15700 kilos downwind for 20. Be making left traffic, full stop, Watsonville. I don't want to get much lower than 600 feet there, so we're going to give ourselves a little bit of throttle, not too much. There's 20 down there. All those hangars, everything you see down there, that's all legit. That's exactly what Watsonville looks like to the T. That's 27 right there. 27 you can land on, but you cannot take off on 27 in real life because the hangars are there and you can't see past the hangars. That's why they make that stipulation. Alright, gear coming down. And we do have 3 green. Fuel pumps are on. One last check on the gas. We are good. To come around, we will drop in our last thing of flaps. And Watsoville traffic, Diamond 157 kilo is base for 20, full stop, Watsonville. We don't want to overshoot it. Alright, last thing of flaps coming in. And Watsonville traffic, Diamond 1579 kilo is final for 20, Watsonville. Alright, a little off on this one. Bring the power way back. Coming in hot. There's a really good crosswind. Well, yeah. Alright, 88. I want to go much slower than that. Just with the crosswind. On the glide slope, so we're doing good there. I think it was just that wind that carried me. Gear is down. Clear to land. Oh yeah, look at that crosswind. Right aileron down. Nose is coming up. That's how you do it. Alright, full aileron. Brakes coming on. A little squirrely, a little squirrely. Flaps coming up. If you're wondering about my equipment, I use a honeycomb. Actually makes, I love this yoke. I was using a stick for the longest time, and this honeycomb makes a world of difference. So if you do not have the honeycomb, it's not that bad. It's like 260. I know that can be expensive for some people, but I would save up and get it if you don't have it. If you're a huge flight enthusiast like myself and many other people here, I think many people will attest to the honeycomb. I have CH Pro pedals, and then I have the Logitech throttle quadrant. A little further out. My computer is Ryzen 7, running a 2070 NVIDIA Supra RTX 16 on the RAM, running Windows on the SSD. Also, X-Plane is on the SSD, and then I have all my ortho, which I run TrueEarth US Northern right now, and I have that on the hard drive. Alright, clear left. Let's go park right over here. Yeah, let's do this legit. I'll come back around. I was just going to park it, but that's not realistic. Alright, brakes are coming on. Throttle back. Leave it there for a second while we turn everything else off. Avionics are coming off. Strobe, nav light, landing light, all coming off. Fuel pumps off. Headlight heat off. And then on this plane, you just kill the engines. Kill left, kill right, and that's it. Rest of the avionics, battery, alternator, everything come off. We'll open up the door. So this is your control panel. If you haven't seen this plane, I was explaining when I took off. If anybody wasn't in the chat at that time, you can fill your fuel this way. Click on any of these buttons to rearrange your weight and balance with your luggage and your passengers and that kind of thing. Trucks come on like that, and then your baggage compartments, everything else open like that. All right, well, thanks for joining me on this flight today. I'll be doing another one, let's call it, I'm probably going to do a schedule something, and it might change a little bit, but probably Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday will be my main streaming days. I'm also posting a bunch of videos to YouTube. This one, when we're all done, will also go to YouTube. So you're welcome to go on there and take a look at my videos on there. It's the same exact name that I have on here, other than with an "and." So it's Pistons, Twins, and Turbines. You can get that on YouTube. I get Discord channel up. I'm still setting that up, but it's almost done. I'll be sending that out to everybody. But again, I'm a real world pilot. Just been a huge flight sim enthusiast for a long time. I probably did like 700 hours in the last year on X-Plane. So I just want to kind of pass on my knowledge. I'm working towards my IFR and CFI ratings. I've been a private pilot for a long time, but anything I can pass on. And of course, a lot of you are huge flight simulists enthusiasts, so anything you want to pass back to me, I'm all ears. Just let me know what planes you like or things you'd like to see me fly. I think I have about 20 different planes, So I probably might even have the plane that you'd like to see me fly or give an instruction on that I've bought from X-Plane. But anyways, I'm going to get going, and I'll see you guys on the next flight, and thanks for joining in.